This is VRoc. 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 Chops. This is VRoc. Chops.
Chop Nation, man, we back with another banger, man. I got my bro, man, one of the baddest drummers in the world right now, man. Y'all know him. But so if you don't know him, you about to find out about him. His name is Tevin Curtis, man. So put your hands together. You got a big story.
This is VRoc.
What's up?
What's up with you, bro? I'm honored to be on here, man.
I'm honored to have you, man. So we just a bunch of honorees right now. So it's all good, man.
Man, stop.
Cool, man. We just gonna jump right on into it, man. Ain't no need to play around, man. So we're gonna start out with this question here, man. What high school did you attend, and what college did you attend? If you attended college, for the people that don't know you.
Okay, so I went to West Memphis High School, which is in West Memphis, Arkansas. In college, I went to Arkansas Prime Bluff first, UAPB, and then I went to University of Memphis as well. And I was in the band at both schools, marched in the marching band, played snare drum, and yeah, that's pretty much.
Pine Bluff, we got a bluffer here. Okay, we can do with this. Cool, man. All right, so what's one of your favorite rudiments, and why is that your favorite? And in your case, because you're a set player, a bad boy, how do you utilize your favorite rudiment in your playing?
All right, so I'm gonna try to narrow it down because I got a couple. So for me on drum set, I guess the most rudiment I use on drum set would be the 6-stroke roll. The reason I like the 6-stroke roll is because that's usually how you kind of lead into your licks, you know what I'm saying? But I play it reverse. So instead of starting with the roll, I actually start with the accents first.
Okay.
So I start with the accents, then do the roll. But yeah, the 6-stroke roll, I guess that would have to be like the most joint I use. Okay. Or I guess you could say favorite. If I had a second one, it would be the paradiddles though.
Paradiddle?
Nah, just regular paradiddle.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna learn how to do the 6-stroke roll lead-in that you did, man. You gotta show me that joint.
Yeah, man. Well, paradiddle too. I use that too. Yeah, I can't forget about that. But yeah, really all of the paradiddles.
Like 1 through 40, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not even, we ain't gonna go through all of them. But you a bad dude.
Oh yeah.
You using all of them. them joints when we little and little kid and all them moments. But what was that moment when it finally clicked for you? You like, hey, I want to play drums. That's what I want to do. What was that moment for you?
Man, so really, this joint really came for me late. Um, I grew up playing drums. Like my dad played drums and stuff like that. Like he was like a legendary drummer or whatever. So I knew about drums and stuff like that, but I really didn't get into it seriously until like after college. I say that. So for me, I know I know this might sound a little weird for people, but yeah, it didn't really come to me until late. Like I didn't really realize you can do this for real. Like, you know, like you can do drums full time. Like before that, I really wanted to like be like I was like, man, I want to be a band director or something like that. I ain't really know nothing about just gigging and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess for me was when when I got out of school and I started playing a little bit and I was like, oh snap, you can really do this for a living. Okay. And then I started getting certain calls and stuff. So that's when I started taking it a little serious. So yeah.
Cool. So what made you pick drums? Did drums pick you or you pick drums? Which one was it?
Honestly, man, it's just been something that I guess it's been a part of my life for like a long time. So I don't really remember, you know, just being like, I can't really remember just being like, you know, I want to play drums. It's something I've been doing forever, bro. Like I feel like I've been born playing the drums. Right. So definitely. Yeah, that's what it's kind of been for me.
By the sounds of it, bro.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So what was let's ask this. I'm pretty sure you got a lot, but your favorite drum memory, whether marching or your favorite.
Man, okay. Let me see.
You got more than one. You got two favorites. Go ahead and do that, man.
All right, let me see. Favorite drum moment. All right, I got one. Yeah, this one kind of, it ain't really like a drum set type drum, but it's when I was playing with Memphis Grizzlies for the Grizzlies. So like my first game, like I never forget that joint. The first game, man, like it's just being young, because I was one of the youngest people to ever do that. So I just remember like playing like the first game, how nervous I was in front of all them people and stuff like that. So I guess that was a cool memory. What else? Man, I got a lot of memories, bro. Playing drums. I really can't. That would have to be my favorite one though, because I still think about that to this day. Just from seeing all the NBA players' cards for the first time as a young kid and just playing in front of all the people, man. Just the whole way the day went before that. So it was pretty cool. Hold on.
Cool. So last little standard question is what is one of the or a couple of the biggest takeaways that you have gained from playing drums and how you apply that to your life where you are now?
One of the biggest takeaways is honestly, bro, working hard, honestly. Man, playing drums, bro, honestly, it didn't kept me out of a lot of trouble. I say that too. And just the whole process of just, you know, practicing and, man, just trying to be, you know, accountable for your actions outside of the, you know, playing and stuff. It just, music really, bro, playing drums, it just makes you a better person overall, especially with doing like marching band and stuff like that. It just builds character as far as how to carry yourself in a, you know, professional setting, as far as like playing drum set and stuff like that. Yeah. So I guess it just helps me overall, bro, with like discipline and just overall in life, man, honestly.
Cool, man. So I was gonna go back to the beginning, man. So you went to West Memphis High School over in Arkansas, and you said you played in the band there. How did you get into band? Like, where did that come from?
Okay, so basically, well, of course, the movie Drumline really inspired me to want to play the drums in band, because before that I really didn't even think about like playing in band and stuff like that. I really was playing sports. I was playing football and everything, bro. So like, as far as band goes, that's when I really started taking serious. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, bro. Like I might want to be in a band. Okay, so I started doing that and started in middle school. playing, I think what I play first? Yeah, I was playing snare first. Then I went to at that time it was quads. We didn't have quints, it was quads. So I was playing quads, and then I went to high school. I think like my 10th grade year, I started playing I was playing quints then I went to snare all the way into my senior year. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it. Then I was taking like little lessons here and there from this guy, Patrick Moore. Shout out to Patrick Moore. He's actually the band director at South Carolina State right now. So yeah, super cold percussionist, bro. I used to take lessons from him, and yeah, he used to like tie my hands up and make me do all these little weird exercises. Honestly, I hated it at the time, but like now it really helped me a lot. So
Patrick Moore made you cold like that. Okay, cool, man.
yeah.
What middle school did you go to? Was it West Memphis Middle?
No, it was a school, Wonder Junior High.
Okay. Fun fact: my father side of the family is from West Memphis.
For real?
Yes, so
Crazy.
yeah, so the McNeils of West Memphis are my family. That's my dad's side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my brothers, two of my sisters graduated from West Memphis. All my aunts and uncles graduated from West Memphis. So yeah, I know
That's
about.
dope.
Never spent much time there, but you know, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, we'll say this real quick. My auntie was one of the coldest girls basketball players to come out of West Memphis. I think she had some records.
Wow. That's dope, bro.
It's I think one of Ross. I mean, McNeil. That's my sister, man. That's one McNeil. Don't want to McNeil. Good God, man. Yeah, the one McNeil's on there. Cool. So we get to West, West Memphis, man. You bump it out there, go through your whole little transition of 9th through 12th. Then you go into college. What made you choose Pine Bluff for your original decision?
So what made me choose them was, first of all, I had a lot of family that went there.
Okay.
And I went on a lot of trips to the school through high school. Like we used to go visit and stuff like that. And so me and a lot of my friends, we just had made an executive decision. We was just like, hey, bro, we going to Pine Bluff, bro. Like we going. Yeah. So we ended up auditioning in high school, and we all got like full scholarships or whatever. So yeah, that's what made me want to go there. And I was just always, I don't know why, bro. I looked at other schools like Jackson State, Alcorn, all those different schools. Tennessee State, even. I actually was gonna go to Tennessee State at one point. That was crazy. But yeah, I was looking at different schools, but I don't know. I guess with me being from Arkansas, I was just like, I just kind of want to go to UAPB. I feel like they had a different style or whatever. So yeah, I ended up going there, and it was cool, bro. I met a lot of people, man, a whole bunch of people. My time there was short, but I ended up having a lot of fun and learning a lot from a lot of people. So that's what made me go there.
Yeah, probably had some good guys go through that thing. That's crazy, man. Like I said, you one of the baddest guys. When you think about marching band, even when, matter of fact, one of my nieces and one of my nephews graduated from West Memphis, even like in the last 4 or 5 years. And so
Wow.
To the graduation, I'm looking at like, man, these folks. Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. But I didn't. I didn't think band. As if when you think about West Memphis, and I guess a little bit had a lot more self thing, drive that you had too. Cause I promise I didn't see it in West Memphis at all.
Yeah, we was a little different though in my time. Like everybody in my time, bro, we actually had real players though. Like everybody actually wanted to, like they was cold. Like we actually wanted to practice and stuff like that. So like at the time when I was in high school, we had a pretty nice size drum line, and everybody actually went to college and played or whatever. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, now I'm sure it's a little different. But hey,
What year was that you went in Pine Bluff?
I crabbed in 2011. Yep.
Yeah.
With Krishan Davis, and it was a whole bunch of people from Memphis actually at that time.
Was Swang with y'all? Darius Swang?
Yep,
Okay.
that's my crowd brother. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to that man, boy. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, man.
Hey man, that's what's up, man. Shout out Quayshawn. Yeah, little bro. Cool, man. So we get to Pine Bluff, you march to Pine Bluff, but you transition back home to Memphis. And then you got Memphis. So you went from show, you
Yep. Started court. Yeah.
Back to court. What's the biggest, because we have those cultural differences with
Right.
certain, little percussion groups we in, one side see it this way and another side see it this way. I don't care about it. I like it. Yeah, I can deal with both. But what is the distinction between both from your point of view?
All right, so yeah, because I definitely seen both sides. It was crazy. So I'm about to take you on a little journey. So, so when I was at Pine Bluff, 2011 was the last year of the ball head. So we was actually ball, like I'm talking about ball head. So in the middle of me transferring to University of Memphis, I actually had a scholarship to University of Memphis before I went to Prime Bluff. So I actually chose Prime Bluff over Memphis. So at the time that I left in the middle of, I left in the middle of nowhere too. It was kind of crazy. I actually left Pine Bluff and went straight to Memphis. So when I got back in Memphis, I arrived back home. University of Memphis band director was calling me, bro. Like literally calling the phone. Like they had reached out to my high school band director and was like, "We heard you coming back. We heard you coming back." They was like, "We want you to come to the band practice." And I was like, "Dang!" Like so they offered me a scholarship like that. Like they still have my scholarship ready. I didn't know how this was gonna work out. So they actually ended up offering me a scholarship when I came back home because I was sick. So I had to sit out for like the first, it was like the first maybe 3 or 4 games. I went to the practice and stuff like they had me marching a saxophone spot at University of Memphis. Saxophone. Crazy, bro. I literally had to play saxophone during the show, just march the spot, but I wasn't really playing or whatever. So I used to watch the drum line. I'm like, man, I want to play with these folks, man. I want to play with these folks. But the thing was, they was already full. So it was a guy who actually had my spot that I was supposed to get one of my scholarships. So they was like, we don't got no more scholarships for the drum line or whatever, but we gonna work something out. So they had an audition. They was like, if you learn the show on snare, you could take somebody's spot. So, bro, I used to just be, playing a little saxophone on the field, and I go sit in the stands or whatever. Mind you, I knew like 2 dudes on the drum line from University of Memphis used to have these Monday night drumline classes or whatever that we used to go to in high school. So I knew 2 of the guys who I used to see at the class all the time during high school. So they used to be like, "Hey man, we can't wait till you get on drumline, man." I was like, "Bruh, them folks ain't got no spot for me." So I used to just, show up and go play with the saxophone section. But I used to be looking at the drum line. I'm like, man, I want to play with these folks. Mind you, I already got low self-confidence because I'm bald head. So everybody looking at me like, why this dude bald head? And then I'm looking at how much fun they having versus the environment that I just left, where it's like, man, it ain't no talking, it ain't no smiling, it's just different. Also, I was just like, I don't really like this, bro. I was just, I ain't gonna lie, I was really mad every day. But at the same time, I was thankful, that they had gave me a chance to, come there. So eventually, man, one day they was like, "Hey, we gonna have an audition, man. You gonna play for your spot on the drum line." So I ended up playing against this other guy, and I ended up getting on snare. So the snare line went from 10 to 11. So they actually took a drum, bro. This is a true story. I believe it's like the first time this happened at University of Memphis. They actually got me a drum. Like they didn't have another snare drum. They actually got a drum, got it painted black to match the rest of the snares, and I actually joined the snare line.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Hold talent down like that, man.
Huh?
I said you can't hold talent down. They knew, bro.
Man, bro, it was so crazy. So they ended up making the snare line. I think it was 11. Right. So I ended up getting on snare, And I marched, man, the rest of the, man, from there, we just went up. It was cool, bro. But it was definitely different transitioning, bro. Like trying to get my mind back to the court style. Cause man, when I was at Prime Bluff, it was just a different thing. But I will say this, bro. Coming from court style to show style, I'm gonna say this, bro. Cause I know a lot of court style guys who be like, man, they ain't doing no more playing 2-on-4. You know what I'm saying? They be like, yeah, he's just dancing and stuff. Bro, when I got to Prime Bluff, that's really when my chops is just kind of like, I was exposed to a whole nother thing, like as far as gridding and all this type of stuff. I'm like, man, we playing all these different crazy patterns and stuff like that. So I will say that was way more complicated than playing court style. I said it. I'm saying it right now.
It's on record. It's documented now.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. You heard it. I'm telling you.
You heard it here, folks.
Anybody, look, anybody who play court style, bro, if you really want to get challenged, I'm telling you, I've played court style. Levels, grizz line, that's professional drum line. We talking about, I'm playing with guys who the march with the Blue Devils, the man, SCV, all that stuff. Like I didn't play with them folks. Cold. But let me tell you something, bro. When you get with them other guys from the show style, it's a different ball game, bro. It messes with your head on a different level. So I was taking little stuff that I learned and stuff, and I started showing those guys at the University of Memphis, and they was just like, bro, what, man, where you been at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, bro, we was on some other stuff.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. I remember when they used to have the mass bands things during the summer.
Right.
So I guess some of your guys from school up to the pits. Cause I was
right.
too, and so I used to walk past, you be talking, and you were like, man, bro, I told y'all, bro, it's different, bro, it's different. Like you was always amping it up for them. Cause they was like,
bro.
Matter of fact, I think it was a showdown actually where Whitehaven was in it. Who was the or something. And that's when you said, like, man, I told y'all, man, them folks different, man. It's different. It ain't the same. It's different. It's different. And I've always been an advocate for, like, you know, saying, bringing down the barriers between this side thing and this side.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to, man. Got to, because I mean, a lot of them, they don't really know. They don't really know until they see it or they try it, and they just like, oh snap, bro, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I told you. It looked like it's just a bunch of dancing and stuff done. I was like, bro, y'all cannot play with these folks. I'm telling you, because when I went to Prime Bluff, like I had hands and stuff like that. I was cool. I thought I was pretty decent, bro, but like, man, that jump broke me down. I ain't gonna lie. It showed me something totally different, bro. And still to this day, I'm still cool with a lot of them guys. So, and I will thank them for they enhanced my plan for real, because it was just different, bro. But yeah, it was fun, man, being in the University of Memphis and doing the whole marching band thing. It was dope. It was cool, man. And after that, that's when I went from. So this is when the change came. So when I got done with that, I was like, okay, I'm done with band. And then I ended up meeting this guy at man, it's crazy. I'm telling this story on tape right now. I'm telling this real story. So check this out. This literally what started it for me. So we was at University of Memphis. We was in this I want to say like university band or something. It was like a class called like university band. And I ended up meeting this guy. I'm sure you know him, Fred Perry.
Yeah.
Fred Perry. Yeah. Fred Perry. So you know, I've been Fred. You know, we playing in the little percussion ensemble or whatever. So you know how you meet another person, they talking about regular music and stuff. You be like, man, this man don't know nothing about no music, man. He like, yeah, man, I play keys, I do this, I do that. So you know how it is. In my head, I'm just like, all right, you know, this man here just talk. Okay, cool. So one day, Fred was like, man, I need you to come. I need you to come play with me at this church or whatever. I need you to come play with me at this church. So I was like, all right, bro. I was like, we're going to do it. So I ended up going. to this church, which was New Direction. So I ended up going there. It was like my first time like really playing like in the cities. Cause like when I got back, only church I was playing there when I was in high school was my home church out here. So I didn't know nothing about, the music scene. So when I came back home, I was just like, one, I was mad because I had to leave. Two, I was just like, man, I'm at this, man, University of Memphis. I'm like, I don't even want to be here, bro. This joint, like, man, this joint is lame to me. You know what I'm saying? Because what I just left, we was turned. This joint, they just having fun and stuff. So I'm like, cool. I was like, I don't want to do band no more. So cool. So I ended up meeting him, and I went to play at this church, New Direction, and I actually ended up getting hired there. And when I got hired there, he left, and I think he went somewhere else. So I ended up playing there for, man, a couple of years. And bro, that's literally when my music career on drum set started to that was the beginning of it, bro.
Came out of
literally. Literally. So I went from, I was a marching band head, bro, all the way up until then. And that's when I started to realize, like, okay, dang, I might play drums, bro. I can make money playing drums. Say, okay, cool. And that's when it went up.
Yeah. So before we go all the way in, well, you was actually playing, you was gigging during this time. So, but like you said, you mentioned like one of your favorite gig was the Grizz line. How did it come about, and what was the whole thing about? Like, how did y'all function?
All right, so man, this is another interesting story. So when I was in high school, my high school instructor was actually the instructor for the Grizz line. So one day we was in band practice. I mean, we was at band practice, and he was like, "Man, would any of you guys be interested in being on Grizz line?" At the time, you had to be a certain age because they were selling like alcohol and stuff at the game. So to work for the Grizz, you had to be like, I think it was like 18 or older or something like that. But I was in like 10th or 11th grade. I think I was like, yeah, it might have been 11th grade. So I was like, man, yeah, we'll do it. I think somebody they needed some more people. So they was using people from high school. So he was like, we were so talented in high school. He was like, man, I want to use y'all. So it was me and a couple of other guys from my high school drum line. We ended up getting on there, bro. And we did it. We literally did that drum from high school, all the way through college. Yeah. And we was making money doing it. It was fun. So you go audition. They had like this little audition on Sunday, on Sundays or whatever, and you play the music. It's like all sight reading. They just put the music in front of you and play. You play it, and you got to dance and stuff. But it's pretty cool. You be playing with some professional players. Like I said, all the guys who have done like the DCI stuff do that. So it's cool.
And man, like I said, I done seen you do like chop videos. And you doing like, you covering all the bases, bro. You got the hands and you doing stick tricks. I'm like, man, dude, cold. You know what I'm saying? And then too, I'm gonna say this about West Memphis been, I guess they've been, things happen for a reason in life, but you had a few gems that was always in the right place for you, bro. At the right
yeah, bro.
Cause
like seriously.
You brought up two guys in West Memphis that had moving on to higher levels or had an influence or in a particular area, man, that was real helpful to you in your life. So,
yeah, that's a part. That's definitely a part of my story. It just feels good to actually. I be telling individuals it feels good to actually get this on tape because I don't think a lot of people know this. I'm just like, bruh, I think my story, like I want to write a book. I really want to write a book because I feel like I should write a book about how this started, man, because it really was about being in the right place at the right time and just being around the right people because it seemed like everything kind of connected from high school all the way up to the Grizz line to UAPV to Memphis to the next thing. It's just like everything just kept climbing. I was like, bro. So now that I look back at it, I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Well, we're gonna keep on climbing right now, though, brother. We got so we on the set, and so everybody hearing, I'm hearing Tevin, everybody talking about Tevin Curtis, I'm hearing Tevin, okay. And then I finally see Tevin. I think you was on a white PDP. I think that's what you were playing on something.
Yep.
And dude, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. I like, this man ain't cold. You know what I'm saying? And so, and this is for me, from what I've experienced with you. And we all been, some weeks from the first time we met. I don't know how we met. We just met. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We started out cool and it nothing waver. So, man, I remember, probably within the last 3 years, 3-4 years or something like that, man, we were playing you doing playing with cover bands. You know what I'm saying? It's good money in cover bands, folks. If y'all don't know, you can make a real nice little situation with that. So, but you were doing that with the right one, with the right team, right agency, and all that stuff. But yeah, you were doing cover bands, and you would end up doing gigs with Tamarcus Walker. And I remember Tamarcus, we were doing something. We was actually between services at the church I used to play for, and he was talking about we were talking about drums in the car. Me, him, and Pope and a couple. I think we had one more person, maybe not. But he was just talking about drums, so he was like, "Man, I think he had just started playing with whoever y'all was with." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Man, that doggone Tevin Curtis." I like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying?" I'm like, man,
Right.
like Tevin Curtis. I'm like, he said, dude, he like Tevin can do everything. He was just, over saying like Tevin can do everything. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. He cold.
So we,
And you like my everything. I like, well, for me, Chris, y'all said that Chris Pat's my favorite song. He like, yeah, Pat,
Cole.
man. But Tevin can do everything. I like, man. I like Tevin. Man, look, I'm gonna go with Pat. That's just my preference. But man,
Right.
yeah, but I like, dude. He said he pulled his video. He pulled the phone out. He said, listen to this blank. He said, and was you playing on your set, and man, you doing so I like that man is cold, dog. Like, cause you just kept elevating. Then from there, I know now, you've taken your set plan and went to an even higher stage and doing artists. You playing with artists now. So mention some of the artists that you've had the opportunity to play with.
All right, man. I done had the opportunity to play with a lot of people, especially, man, dealing with church artists and stuff like that. So, man, I played with Jacqueline Carr, Kiara shit. Man, I don't like name dropping, bro. So it's just a lot of people. Cause I done played with a lot of events and a lot of concerts and stuff like that. But I've been blessed to play with a lot of people.
Donna Lawrence, was
Yeah,
Mama Shear. I mean, your church,
yeah,
BC Boulevard, man, y'all do a lot of great stuff, bro. And I
yeah.
ain't playing on certain things. I like, yeah, that ain't Tevin no dirt. So, but yeah, man, you've been in a lot of places, man. You touched a lot of drum playing around this thing, man. So, my big shout outs to you, bro, because
Appreciate it, man.
That's it.
Bro. Hey, shout out to Tamarcus, man. Tamarcus Walker, bro. Hey, that's one of the coldest producer piano players, man, around.
yeah,
Bro, cold.
he's all good. He learned from me.
Hey, that man is cold. He real cold.
Yeah,
I always mess with him. I call him my MD. That's my MD.
yeah, man. Let's talk about some of the big gigs. Like, yeah, let's talk about the Kiara thing.
What?
I'm not Kiara. What's her name?
Help me!
I'm about don't I feel so bad.
Hurry up!
I just said it.
Are you talking about Jacqueline?
Kayla, good God.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand now. It took a while, but I got it.
I know that little girl from when she was a little girl. Was the cell was I couldn't get the name out. Jacqueline Carr, man. How did that gig come about?
I actually did a fill-in date, man. It was like some years ago. Well, Bart, shout out to Bart, was playing the drums at first, and I think he had to play keys on this particular gig or whatever. So, yeah, I went to Ohio with him, and he was playing keys, and I was playing drums, and Larry was playing bass. It was just 3-piece. So we ended up playing like that. It was a cool concert. I think it was somewhere in Ohio. So we ended up doing that. And that was cool. That was like my first, I think that was my first time playing an actual date with her or whatever. So that happened. And then fast forward to last year, the recording, her most recent recording we did in Atlanta, live in Atlanta. And man, I honestly got the call like a week before, bro. So they had been rehearsing for this session for like months and months and months. So man, I got a call to go to do the record, and I had to learn the whole record in about 3 or 4 days, maybe 3. Yeah, about 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Yeah. So yeah, man, that was a intense situation. So one thing that I say, you said how music applied, marching band applied was retain music. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, in band, everything on sheet music, but at the same time, in a lot of situations, you got to be able to retain. Learn what you hear. Right. You got to make sure your ears right. So yeah, bro, we went through some rehearsals. I think we did like one rehearsal before we left and went to Atlanta, and then we rehearsed actually in Atlanta like 2 or 3 days before the actual session, bro. So that's how that came. That joint, it literally happened in a week. Yeah, man. Literally.
Man, bro, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, like how your life is kind of lined up and you going a certain, taking certain roads to everything kind of reaching to. Not saying you ain't climaxed that, and you're not really reached the top yet, man. Like you got so far to go as far as like the things you're gonna achieve and opportunities you're gonna have. But just setting yourself up, saying from high school, y'all reading because y'all are core, y'all have a real strong thing for reading, translate over to even you going to Pine Bluff. I don't think they put a lot of stuff on paper, but it
was a lot of stuff. Actually, I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised. It was actually a lot of stuff on paper. Okay. So Mr. Fuster was making sure that he wasn't going.
There's that no texting right there.
yeah, he wasn't going.
Yeah, so having all that and then but like song part and stuff, they come out.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Just straight from the ear. Yeah.
Y'all creating and remembering, retaining song parts, and then because you're reading all this stuff, and then getting you set up to be able to do both. If you need to do both, you need to, like you said, you have the Grizz line, you have to read to make that line. Then you got Jacqueline, you have to hear and retain all this. So like everything kind of organically set up and
worked out.
Yeah, man. So that's dope, man. That's one of the dope. So when you say you had to learn that gig in about a week, I remember a video I used to watch. I was not used to watch, but I watched a little while back of Dennis Chambers, and he was talking. He like, man, I do more listening than playing. He said, because you can just listen to it. Your hands know kind of what you're gonna do. He said, he said his practice methods are listening more than he actually just have to play. That's kind of what the approach you took towards learning that gig on.
Yeah, so that's what I do now, bro. Honestly, I'm not set up at home or nothing like that. I'm always listening to the music that I gotta play. I actually gotta play this evening, and I don't even these videos for church, how we doing the tapings and stuff. I don't practice with that stuff, man. I just listen to it, and then when I get there, because I'm so comfortable behind the drum set and my hands are comfortable. I think that just came with playing in band too. So my hands, honestly, bro, like my hands, like I'm always just ready to play because I've been doing it for so long. So like I don't really be having to like sit down and just, like I'll warm up, of course, but I don't really just be having to sit behind a kit. That's what I've been teaching most of my students now. I've been teaching virtual lessons or whatever. So I've been teaching them on the pad first before we go to the drum set, because I'm just like, if you get it in your hands first, when you get to the drum set, it's a piece of cake. Like once your hands got it, you know what I'm saying, you good. Because you ever playing a lick and you get stuck. It's feel like, because that comes from.
I get stuck in every lick that I try. So
ain't that right? He ain't lying.
Man, stop.
I'm straightforward.
So the thing is, the reason why that happens is because people don't have good stick control, or they don't play the correct sticking. And that's why these rudiments were written out like this for a certain reason, so everything can at least come back to the right hand. So it can be comfortable. So when you playing, you won't be ending on the left or nothing crazy like this, and then you have to come back because that's retarded.
Right.
So, yeah, I do more listening now than anything, bro. I really don't practice on drum set at all. I just be sitting on the practice pad just chopping.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
I don't know what you do for your feet then, because your foot is mighty strong.
So, and that's a whole nother conversation. So that comes with, so man, this really goes somewhere else. So the way I put my feet is, I'm gonna say this quick so it won't be all day. So I just take certain like hands out of an actual rudiment and I just place the kick. So I don't really do a lot of doubles on my licks. I just kind of insert my kick wherever I want to put it in. So it usually be like quarter note type stuff. It don't really be nothing too crazy. Unless I'm doing a split between the flow tom and the kick, then that's another situation.
Well,
but that's still singles though. That ain't even doubles. It's just all control.
The drum IQ's off the charts, buddy.
Man, nah.
I can play every 40, but playing them on the drum set.
But here's the thing though. It's only certain rudiments you can use on drum set though. So that you can't really do it's certain rhythms like you can't really do a flamacue on drum set or something like that. Like that ain't gonna sound right. It's like maybe a good 4 or 5 that you can really use on drum set. I know a lot of people like, I gotta learn the whole 40. Yeah, you can learn that for margin band, but don't try to bring it to drum set because it ain't gonna line up.
Yeah, the 4 or 5 you mentioned in for the drum set.
Yeah, the 6-stroke roll, all of the paradiddles. You can do a Swiss Army triplet on drum set. You can do let me see. Man, them really the main joints. Like the paradiddles,
the placement,
6-stroke roll.
My placement.
Yeah.
It ain't there.
So the paradiddle, all you gotta do is take out the last note and put the kick.
Well, yeah, I got that one.
It's a lot of little tricks with the rudiments, bro.
But you know, when you're in the phrase, you playing, and Tevin Curtis get the
What?
Hey, I can't do that. I'm not gifted in that area.
You understand what I'm saying?
So I just say my safe place is the paradiddle. I feel like if you can get the paradiddle, that's gonna always be like your bell out almost in the middle of a lick. That or the 6-stroke roll, depending on what type of groove you soloing over. Because both of them just setups. 6-stroke roll is definitely. I'm telling you it's like a little system with that, but yeah, man. Yeah, back to your thing. I definitely do way more listening now than playing. So
yeah. And you got it, bro. Like definitely got it, man. Like it's like I say, man, you one of the baddest dudes in the city, man. If I had to rank them in the city now.
Man, look, I don't feel like I'm doing nothing, bro. I feel like I got a long way to go.
And look, that's the modesty in you. I feel you, but nah, dude.
I feel like I got a long way to go, bro. I just been blessed to be around the right people at the right time.
And you blessed with them gifts, man. Because you, like I said, I ain't gonna say it enough, man. You one of the guys, one of the baddest guys in the city. If you need the recommendation, no matter who you recommend, I got 5 off top. And your name is coming up.
I appreciate it. I'm honored, bro.
But yeah, man. Cool. So, man, I know you got church stuff today and all that jazz, and I don't want to keep you too long, man. I could talk all day about drums, bro. So throw out some information out there for the people, like like you said, you're doing virtual lessons. How could they get in contact with you as it pertains to that?
Okay. Yeah, so basically, right now I'm doing virtual lessons. For right now, I'm just teaching stick control. I'm teaching a little bit of like read music and stuff like that, building speed, building chops, basic 40 rudiments type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Gridding, little stuff that can translate to the drum set that can just help you, become a better player. But if you're interested in that, you can email me at Tevin_Curtis@ymail.com.
Yep. Tevin_Curtis@ymail.com. Cool, bro, man. I appreciate you stopping through, man, and giving me some.
I appreciate you, bro.
Get some of this little information from you, man. And definitely, bro, that book you were speaking on, man, go do it, man. Just do it, man. Just don't even wait on it, because you got a great story.
And also, I actually got something coming out probably in the next couple of months. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna have an ebook coming out. It's gonna have all of my licks transcribed. So for all of you people who like read music and stuff like that, yeah, you can get all the licks.
Did you do your own transcribing and transcription?
Nah, somebody else did it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have that coming out. It'll probably be like 100 licks written out. So for all you people who for all you people who read music, yeah, that's gonna be a cool thing. I'll let you know more about that. But man, yeah.
I'll sure post that for you, man. Cool, man. I'm gonna put some stuff in here, man, to make this, so they can see what I be talking about. You can talk about stuff and then, but they ain't seen them with what they own out, they don't understand it. So Google you can Google him, Tevin Curtis on Google.
Oh man, nah.
Type in Tevin Curtis, man, and some amazing gonna pop up. So
man, stop.
Well, yeah, man, appreciate you, bro, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Definitely get you on here again. That's life Rehearsals, man, and we can talk about some more stuff, man. So until next time, everybody, always remember the chops don't stop. Man, y'all have it easy.
Don't stop.
This is VRoc Chops.